I thought for sure you were a, I do not like spam.
I don't like spam.
We're on air.
Al, my pal.
Yo.
You sexy beast. I was expecting the mohawk.
It can come out.
You're hiding it. Oh,
nicely done.
Red.
Wow.
Yeah, I hate your hairline too, pal. You're a guy. When I see pictures of you on the gram and whatnot, I'm like, yep, that's right about what I'd want. Right about there. Yeah, good for you, man.
Just between my eyebrows and my forehead is the only bit you can see skin. Everything else is just
that's
fluff.
That's a good look. Nothing wrong with that at all. Fit right in. Looks like an Al-Qaeda yearbook.
Yuck.
I'm gonna behave myself, so I'm
you're behaving.
I'm gonna let you guys do it.
I'm just glad you woke up in time to show up.
Thanks for being here, everybody.
Thanks for doing your job, pal.
Yeah, you guys assume too much. Just because I said I was gonna go take a nap doesn't mean that I did take a nap. It's just an excuse to.
He's in a different time zone. And he showed up.
Yeah, but when I was on the Mad Maker show, I did fall asleep, so I'm not saying anything.
Well, we all did.
That is true.
I co-hosted a couple episodes, and I was wide awake.
You're the only one.
Someone had to be.
So how many episodes of your podcast have you done? How long have you guys been doing your podcast?
We're up to about 80 now, I think. So we've done it for about a year and a half now.
Dang right.
Yeah.
And do you host, or are you hosted through a company? You're doing it. You're putting it out on your own.
We're putting it out on our own. It's all done through. I think we do it on SoundCloud, but we just kind of pay the fees and do the thing.
Yeah. So you've been at it like probably about half a year longer than since we rebooted.
Yeah, I think so.
That's about right.
You boys.
Now Al is kind of like X-Force to our X-Men, because we've actually crossed over with Al a couple times before. Scratched is actually begotten of Makers Wanted, I believe. And Al has appeared on some Makers Wanted skits back today. He delivered, man.
I brought Logan back to life actually recently. I don't know if you saw Jake's video. Yeah.
Jake Thompson also Makers Wanted.
Yeah. It was good. It was nice to be back in the claws.
We're all connected one way or the other, you know, through this group of people. It's, you know, I want to mention this one thing, Al. I don't know if you know this. Our audience probably knows this because, you know, we get letters from all across America.
All across America.
All across the
Did you say,
did you say
letters? The America?
The America.
The America?
If you maybe you have a lot of freaking ear tar in your ears, Bales, you're gonna have to plunge route those out because I said
the America.
Well, you hear what you want to hear a lot, you know. I can't go on this way, Al, because you know the pressure these guys put one under. It's just too much, you know. One of them does it by being silent. The other one does it by not being silent.
He just has his microphone on mute and doesn't realize it.
It's those silent voices in your head.
I'm not saying anything.
No, the other one.
You're the one. See, you're the in-betweener.
I was chewing. I was just trying to be polite.
The other guy that had one too many brownies.
The truth
Colorado brownies.
The truth of the matter is, Al, that
you don't even know what you're talking about.
The truth of the matter is that this podcast has a lot of severe problems, and we're clashing all the time, Al. And well, I'm glad that you're here because you know that way. I guess maybe we can hash out some issues. You know, since there's a party that's not a party to this podcast. You know, and
we're like a broken episode of Housewives.
This is
and you're the Bachelor.
It's like a reverse intervention.
Let me just get my rose.
Yeah. It's like a reverse intervention. It's like we trick him into coming here to tell us what's wrong with us. Okay, Al, we figured that you had a good handle on the situation, so we want you to let us know.
I just wanted to mention to Al that I don't know if he knows our history in this podcast. Are you aware of it?
I'm from kind of the reboot era of Scratched.
So the
Rory era.
Yeah, okay, the Rory era. So
I like that, the Rory era. That has a nice ring to it.
Yeah.
I did a whole freaking. You know what's funny though about all this, that you're all surprised because he mentions that it's the Rory era. I did a whole documentary mini doc of the maker community on my channel, and you're even mentioned in it as the Rory era, and you haven't even seen it.
I saw half of it. I didn't finish it.
Well, you missed the part where you're in. You know.
Oh my god, how embarrassing!
I watched it. It was long.
It was long.
It was very.
It's like you boys are all like Ultimate Warrior and kind of Big Boss Man, and I'm like Austin and The Rock. I'm kind of that kind of era, mid to late 90s.
Yeah, you're a little bit more Attitude Era. I'm more of a good guy, bad guy kind of guy. I like this move, Al, when the bad guy would come in the ring and go, give a couple of them and then go mix it up,
slap the pythons.
Yeah, just. Yep.
So I'll just do this briefly, and I'm sure that everybody's opinionated here, so I'm going to hear it from everybody, right? So we started Scratched because Wilkie and Ryan, they come to me and they say, hey, listen, we're going to do a podcast about nothing. I say, okay. And we get into this podcast, and we're doing a bunch of, and it's really good. We think it's really good. I think we had like 1 or 2 subscribers. It was very powerful. And what ends up happening is that Blog Talk Radio, actually, the head of Blog Talk Radio actually reached out to us. This is all on the level right here, you know. And seriously, you're still laughing because you're thinking,
yeah, but I don't know what the level is. Is it the Eloy level or the actual level?
This is the truth. And we were picked up by Blog Talk. There's a guy called Pod Vader,
right? And
he's like he's a big mover and shaker in the podcast world. And they said, we want you over on Blog Talk. We'll give you the royal treat. You have all the tools and all the space and this and that. And that worked out. And then infighting, and then we shut down Scratch. Then it opens up again. I forget who was on that one. Ryan Bales.
We traded out Dirt for Ryan.
Right. Ryan took off. He said, guys, life is getting busy. And
Ryan is now high up in the Himalayan mountains. He grew a long beard and he's learning to float. I believe you told me something about a corn dog. Maybe he was enjoying a corn dog.
Oh wow,
Ryan's good. His nose is still wet and his tail's still wagging.
But as a selfless, just the last thing I'll say about this, as a selfless sort of like institution with a lot of selfishness in it, anyhow. But it doesn't matter if the members disappear. If somebody still remains, they can gather troops and push the podcast on. So it'll be like a continuum. And the members might fall away, you know, at any given moment. Who knows? I hope not. I like this little thing we got going right now, but life is so unpredictable. You never know. And Ryan could come back. Wilkie could. I mean, would you guys be opposed if Wilkie popped in?
I don't care.
Okay.
I want to talk to everybody.
Okay, Wilkie, it's okay to come in.
Oh, nice.
No.
Send in the Wilk. All right. So I have a question for Al, if I may change gears for a second. Al, have you gotten a picture to anybody at like Marvel? Has anybody officially seen that? Because like,
I don't think so.
Hugh Jackman is like, I think he's retired, and I'm sure they're looking around. And I mean, for my money, you know, it's pretty damn close, man. I mean,
I found a guy on YouTube. You're gonna love him. He is it. He is.
Yeah. I mean, you could definitely pass for like the Kmart version of Wolverine, if nothing else. Yeah, you could dress up like if you were in the States, you could dress up like that and just go and make people take. If you lived in like California or New York City, You could just wear the leather jacket and pose with people, and you'd make money like that, no problem. All day.
Disney have bought Fox now, so maybe I can get a job at Disneyland, just dressing up as Wolverine.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah, there you go.
Pouring out cigar. Hey, kids.
Yeah.
All the Marvel and all the, I think Disney bought all that now.
Oh, yeah.
I think the deal just went through with Fox, so they got all the X-Men.
Yep, all the X-Men. We're finally going to get a good Fantastic Four movie.
Did they get they got Deadpool too, didn't they?
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know if in England they have
Electricity.
What's that?
Electricity.
I don't know if they have.
It's all gas lamps and fog.
I don't know if
Candles.
they have running water and electricity, but they more than likely have Netflix. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
But it's hand crank.
All right, for our American audience,
It's called Netflix.
Bretflix. It's the Bretflix. That's what they've been talking all this information on the news.
Instead of like red and black, it's blue and white. Good work.
So when you do you have Bretflix at home?
I have Bretflix. Yep.
Okay, so do you remember?
What's got an accent on Bretflix?
So do you remember, like a few months, maybe last year, they had a Marvel series that was called Jessica Jones?
Yep.
Dude, a lot of people didn't. I don't know why. Maybe it's because she's a girl superhero. This is, but for some reason, that was my freaking favorite. Screw Daredevil, even the Punisher. All that one for some reason was freaking gritty. I like the
That skinny white girl.
She was great in Breaking Bad.
Yep.
What do you mean? That's
The bad guy was really good.
Yeah, Luke Cage.
The bad guy in Jessica Jones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was just like a really like sinister villain. I really liked him.
See, I like that gritty. It's sort of like that detective, sort of darker sort of environment as opposed to the bright. And I also dug. So that was my favorite. And
How many Jessica Jones episodes did you actually watch?
I watched all the series, the whole damn thing.
How many seasons were there?
I think that there were like 2 seasons. I think there was.
How many times did you rub it out?
And then there was like that crossover where it was the 4 of them together fighting crime.
Yeah. Just can we?
Doc,
we skip that question?
Can we table that for half a moment?
How many bottles of lotion did it take?
So that one, and then there's the Flash, right? The Flash is a freaking badass. I can't. In my head right now,
You've
for some reason,
gone. You've jumped to the spank bank and you can't get out.
No, when you said
The
that,
Flash.
when you said
Lost
that,
in a spiral of spank.
no, I'm thinking of like a cabinet. You open up like.
Speaking of the Flash,
I was thinking of a cabinet full of lotion because he said
Yeah.
lotion.
One door has lotion. One door has a bunch of different gloves.
There's a basket on a rope.
put the lotion in the basket.
It does what it's told.
So everybody's very animated. Usually, what happens is that like I just got done editing a freaking podcast, and like I'm listening to these guys go on about freaking Pauly Shore for like 2 hours, dude. And they wouldn't like get the notion to jump from Pauly Shore to some other damn topic. So when they finally do jump to another topic, guess what? Guess where they land?
Dicks.
1980. Well, that happened later. 1980s Jaws, and that Rory has never seen the movie Jaws.
We could talk. I could talk about. I could do a podcast about Jaws, and I could no problem talk about it for 2 hours. Every week we could talk. It'd be like, remember that time and that scene? Yeah, still awesome. Yep, still the best. And that would be the same podcast every week. Yep. But facts are in. Mr. Quint still kicks ass. All right, back to you.
So the question is, so I dug Jessica Jones, and Bales elaborated on that, and I dug the Flash.
Did you like?
Whoa! You like the Flash the same way?
Yeah, great. forget the fact that it's comic books and this and that. Forget it. It's all spank bank. But I like those two, the Flash and the Jessica Jones. Jessica Jones slightly better, but do you have any favorites and any winners and losers from that whole Marvel Bretflix sort of thing?
I did enjoy the Punisher series.
Okay.
I've got a real soft spot for the Punisher, but I did also kind of like the film. I know it kind of divides people, but I thought it was awesome.
Which film?
Not the Dolph Lundgren one from the 90s.
No, that's a great
Where
one.
he colours his beard in with black pen. No, I did like the Punisher. I even liked the second one, the terrible like Punisher Warzone that was just so like ham. It was almost like a comedy.
It was better than the...
What about the Punisher movies that had the actor from Highlander?
Yeah, that's who I like.
Yeah,
Tom
those
Jane.
are cool.
Oh,
Yeah, I like
the Christopher Lambert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that dude.
But yeah, I thought the series was pretty good.
Why does everybody not like? Because I have the same feeling. I agree with it. Dolph Lundgren is like it's a curse.
Have you ever seen a little movie called Rocky IV?
Yes, yeah.
I must break you. Come on, man. That was the scariest man. Well, it's like they amped it up every time. It's like by the time you got to Rocky III, Mr. T, when he was training on, that was the scariest thing I'd ever seen up to that point.
He was a monster.
He was a monster, and like that training montage, he was the scariest man alive.
Yeah.
And then by the time that Rocky IV came out, and then you saw Dolph Lundgren like getting the right amount of steroids and running on the track and stuff, then that was scary because that was like the whole Cold War thing going on.
Yeah.
Punching the little
No
digital
scary.
like meter that measures this. Yeah.
I love the one point they actually show him getting the needle in his ass, and there's like 15 scientist type Russian guys with clipboards looking on, going, "Good, yes, that's exactly where they should inject him in the ass." Check, put a check mark next to ass injection. Back to the stair climber, Dolph.
He was also a great He-Man.
Yeah,
Oh, that movie was horrible, dude.
Movie was
I saw it in
horrible.
the theater.
as well as should have
It was
been.
great.
Dude, that's a big no-no.
Did they time travel in that movie for some reason?
Yep.
They came to the like nowadays world, or
They're going to reboot that shit, and it's going to be awesome. Because they're going to be able
The
to
Rock.
CGI Battle Cat. They're going to CGI little Orko. It's going to be great.
so.
Mark my words, Eloy.
Well, you know what? I can't.
And you know what's going to happen 2 minutes later?
What?
Little young Eloy doing this.
Nah, see, I'd like them to go the new style cartoon, like the computer animated He-Man. Like, have you caught the new Danger Mouse at all?
No.
Yeah, there's a new Danger Mouse on the Bretflix.
Nice.
And
But I loved the old school.
oh well, yeah,
style
it
thing.
pays. It's pretty close. Like the characters are all the same, and it's not as good, but nothing is. That was a great theme song.
So I don't mean to be controversial,
Uh-oh.
Al, but
You're gonna try and tell me that the Dirt film was good.
No, I actually have moved on from the conversation altogether. My question is to do with something that's happening right now across the pond, which is, and I'm not aware, but I want to know your take on what your thoughts are. There's something going on with like article something where the internet or like advertising or like copyright. I don't even know. All I know is that there's something going on. Is it going to what is it? Is it going to happen? And how do people feel about it in your neck of the woods?
Yeah, Article 13, they've passed it, so it is going to happen.
Holy.
And it just basically means that using copyrighted material online is going to end. So you're not going to be able to have clips from videos or movies or songs, or I think they're even talking down to the level of like memes. So you couldn't even use like a picture from Star Wars and put a joke on top of it because it's
Right.
copyright. So they're just basically saying that for too long the internet has just been this kind of wild west of ignoring all copyright rules.
Oh my god.
And yeah, so the like everything's affected.
That's kind of, I don't know. I'm going to not speak for everyone on this podcast, but I'll say from myself, I think that it's going to create a more lame world because There's nothing more beautiful than someone taking Yoda and putting him in a pink dress. I mean, stuff like that.
I mean, you guys have talked about it before. You've talked about kind of like guys reviewing like music and getting copyright strikes on it because they're just using the songs. But like we have parody law in the UK where it's legal to use something sarcastically. If you're taking something, like you say, if you're taking Yoda and putting like Mickey Mouse's face on it, it's a joke, and
right.
you're kind of outside of copyright law because it's clearly you're having fun. But yeah, this seems to be. I don't know if it's going to override all this, but we had this in place.
And how do people? I mean, is it sort of like around your peers, and what do they? I mean, are they? Nobody can be happy with this. I mean,
there's people like marching to protest against it because,
okay.
like especially in Germany, I think they seem to be the guys that were taking it the most sort of seriously.
They're really good at marching.
Really good at marching, taking things seriously.
I saw those videos. I couldn't understand them though; they were all in German.
Yeah, and they were like really against it. So I think that was the first place it was passed as well. Plus, they kind of rule Europe, so it's whatever they say goes.
Oh, geez, dude. Well, that's a nightmare. I hear that because I don't know if this is to do with that, but every time I don't know if it's happened to you guys, but like I'll watch Jamie Page, right? He'll send me a video. He says, "Oh, Eloy, check this out," and then I'll go to click, and it says this video is not available in your zone or country or whatnot. Does that happen to you guys? Do you ever see that?
Yeah, all the time, and that will happen even more. So, like, if you guys, anyone in the States uses anything that's copyright, and you're not affected, like we won't be able to watch it in Europe. So you'll lose like however much of your audience.
Oh man, we're gonna have to do twice the work now. I have a US version and a UK version. God dang it.
I have to work twice as hard to get that few views.
Yeah, no more movie references, no more like quotes from Alien or anything like that.
Well, wait a second, hold on. I mean, I could. So
it's starting to sound like a John Denver song.
Where's the line, though? I mean, if you can't, so if people are talking, do they have to talk in code to reference? You know that movie where they're in space, and I mean, how
copyright strike?
Yeah, damn it. That's not even acceptable, man.
They'll just be demonetized, though, right? You can still say stuff like that.
Yeah, I presume YouTube is going to just basically have a zero tolerance policy because the thing is they have to spend so much money policing this, like all the review systems and stuff. They're not going to be interested.
Come on,
what?
Yeah, but the YouTube are in it to make money, right? Yeah. But they've got to spend millions every year reviewing people's videos because they're just using copyrighted material. So they're just going to say, nope.
Yeah.
Zero tolerance.
Yeah. It's, I don't know, man. It sounds like end of the world stuff. I mean, the world it's like culture bites off of its, own and then creates new things, that are derivatives of that. And then by the time it's a derivative, people even forget where the heck the original thing came from. I guess there's a lot of people that are, they're happy to protect their property, intellectual and otherwise, but for goodness sakes, man.
Yeah, you protect it to death, man. All these bands that are like, oh man, you can't play our music and we're taking it down. You know what? People aren't listening to them. And there's so much other stuff out there that, you know what? We don't need you. That's what's gonna happen. Like that's like handing somebody the hammer with a handful of nails to be like, could you just pound the lid on my coffin good and tight for me, please? I'd like no one to remember who I am in 10 years.
Good and tight. That's German.
Yeah. I imagine Don Henley somewhere being like, yeah, I don't think this whole internet thing is sticking around. Let's get that Eagles music off of there.
Oh my goodness, the Eagles. Yeah. They're a tough band. They will ban you if you do a cover of their song. They will ban you. There's a lot of bands like that. By the way, talking about bands and stuff. So look, Al,
Yo.
I gotta ask you this. I'm afraid of what the answer might be because I don't want it to destroy the awesomeness that I think of when I think towards England and
It's like you're talking to a chick in junior high. Just spit it out.
Yeah, get to the point.
The foreplay, man.
Yeah.
listen. That's the
I don't
problem.
know if you like me or not, but I kind of like you, but I'm not really sure if I should tell you that I like you.
That they're not even listening, Al. I wasn't referring that to you specifically. They're not even. See, here's the problem, Al, that I always.
So, like, I thought it'd be cool if, like, maybe we could, maybe,
I'm not referring-
sometime we.
You don't have to say yes. You don't have to say yes.
Just like some on top of the clothes stuff, though. I'm not looking
Just
to.
some try,
I won't tell anyone.
For those of you in the audience that will listen to this in syndication, you will note that what I was beginning to explain has nothing to do with what these guys are joking and freaking harping on right now, but we'll just move forward with it.
We're currently at breaking the fourth barrier rule after we rubbed this one out. So we're coming on the rebound.
Okay, so, now that you've killed the momentum about what I was going to ask,
Yeah. How are you building? Oh, hold on. Being that we have no momentum, how are you building momentum? By maybe if we could possibly if we could do that, perhaps maybe we could talk about that. But I don't know if these guys and you possibly are going to like it, sir. So we can.
in any event, I don't want to destroy my sort of view of the British music that really went across the world and here to America, and then we got bands like Cream and Led Zeppelin and all this awesome
U2
music.
Sabbath.
Minus U2. I
They're
mean,
Irish.
well, it's
Spice
not.
Girls.
It's just that it's like Bono is so holier than thou. It's like this arrogance. But anyways,
Sting.
nowadays Sting as well. The Police.
Elton John.
Elton John.
We're gonna be here all night if you keep that up, Rory. Stop.
Yeah, stop it, Rory.
El-
You gotta keep the E train going in one direction here.
Elton John is a great
Sir
example.
Elton John. Show some respect.
Excuse me.
Queen. Who can forget Queen? That's freaking awesome.
Never heard of her.
Was Bad Company?
No, they're American.
They're American. Okay, so we have to strike Bad Company from the awesome.
I answered that without really know, but I'm almost sure because that was
Yeah, I think you're right because
Bad Company was free all right now.
Free were English, but I think Bad Company were American.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
I think it does. Hold on.
T-Rex.
T-Rex English.
That's a bad to the bone boy. Mark Bolan.
MC5.
And they were American.
Were they?
Hell yeah.
Okay, man. It's the same era.
I mean, look, I don't want to sound like, like territorial, but if you're going to break it up and do it the right, I mean, don't. So anyways, the point of
Rod Stewart.
Nah, I'm not too much of a you know what?
You're not into the faces?
He's got a great voice. I'll tell you what, I like Rod Stewart freaking miles more than I do freaking Mick Jagger. What a
here we
horrible. Let me tell you, do you like the Rolling Stones?
Phil Collins.
And be honest, if you like the Rolling Stones, just say you do, and it's okay. That's your.
I have time for some of the guitar riffs. That's about it.
Okay, I don't like Mick Jagger's flailing around the stage and like rubbernecking across the stage. I hate that. It kills the whole vibe for me. But that's just my opinion. But anyways, nowadays, what does the music? What is? Please don't tell me that it's what occurs here in the United States where it's all pop and shallow. Please tell me that there's a undertow of powerful rock and roll still surviving over there.
I have not listened to any popular music in the last 20 years.
Okay, that's awesome.
If it's not Iron Maiden, I'm not interested. Like,
good answer. Survey says.
all it is now is like just terrible generic indie music that's just so insipid and tasteless that there isn't even a rhythm or a melody. It's just nothing.
Yeah. Okay, so
it's not as bad as pop, but it's just like whingy, like hipster.
Also,
But
Bad Company is English.
They are English. See, okay. So the mainstream, like over here, you could say that we're all out of the mainstream, except Rory loves Menudo. I don't know if
Menudo Mondays, baby.
I don't know if you've heard the band Menudo, Al, but
No.
I would search for them on YouTube, and you'll get sort of the gist of Rory's musical, at least one of the branches.
Right.
It's
And
also soup.
yeah. But anyway, so yeah, I just wanted to know, and that's good to hear, because Jamie Page likes Pink Floyd, for instance, but I never hear him branching out with other bands and this and that. But definitely there's a rock and roll culture that continues, or is there a strong pop?
The Who?
Is there a strong pop and shallow sort of like,
I mentioned Phil Collins, right?
Yeah, but you can't tell me what Phil Collins' band was originally without typing.
Genesis?
Genesis.
No, it was for Rory.
Oh, well, you have to address him then, dude. I don't know.
Sorry, my
I didn't know this was
representative
a bonus
was
round.
speaking for me.
Okay,
Thank you,
okay. Let's see who was the original singer of Genesis without typing. Rory.
Peter Gabriel.
Peter Gabriel?
Peter Gabriel, duh.
Who were the 5 Menudos?
There's been like 75.
There was Scary Menudo, Sporty Menudo,
Black Menudo.
Rice and beans, beans and rice.
goat with or without roasted goat.
Wow. That got
Chunkin
dark.
Head Menudo.
Wait, I mixed Caribbean with Menudo. Sorry.
All right, I'm all out of questions. They won't allow me. So you guys continue on with your thing.
Oh, I got one. How many beers does the Hack Shack workbench hold?
Only one. You only need one.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a tiny, tiny fridge.
Just-
I'm working on a Mac too, though.
Talk to me about this. You only need one philosophy of life.
Yeah, no, it's the downfall of the bench is it only takes one beer. So I'm working on some sort of cartridge system.
Yeah, it'd be good if
you can
if
just
you
load
could
up a deck.
Yeah, it'd be great. Just go into the fridge, pull out your next mag, throw it
Yeah,
in, load it.
Load.
Yeah, I like it.
You have them shoot out randomly, catch them.
Yeah, just be in the Hack Shack, and all of a sudden you hear a beep, audible noise. Oh, heads up, beer.
It's like Buckaroo, like you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. You got to be ready at all times, like in the original Pink Panther when Kato would attack at different times. You'd be like, you just got to be ready at all times for the beer to come out.
Russian beer machine. Sometimes it's just water. It's not a beer can.
I went to Russia. I went to St. Petersburg, and basically in Russia, beer is just classed as a soft drink. They give it to kids. They don't care. And we were just visiting and going around like the tourist shops and stuff. And it was 11 o'clock in the morning, and I just went in this gift shop, and they were just giving you shots of vodka as you walked in the door.
What?
And that was just like how they say hello, just in a regular store. It wasn't even like a liquor store or anything. It was just
That's
good
welcome
morning.
to my store. Here's some whiskey.
Yep.
I was in a couple places in Mexico where they were giving me tequila like that, and I was like, "There is no way I'm drinking tequila out of an unmarked bottle in some Shadesville sketchy mart in back alley Mexico." Sorry, guys.
Whiskers.
So did you drink it?
Of course.
Of course,
Absolutely.
I did. Look at them.
That beard naturally filtered.
It's just, they just thought I was Russian.
Have you seen those videos?
Yeah, they shot it back, and they called each other comrades, and they wore big furry hats.
Have you seen those videos that they have on YouTube of Russians and their road rage?
Oh, it's crazy.
It's insane. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but they'll literally start a terrible fight. They'll pull somebody out through the window and they'll bash their heads in, dude. They'll pull guns. That's the road rage, and there's a lot of it.
We
For
got that
what?
here.
What kind of moving violation are we talking about, though? Like changing lanes without a blinker?
stuff like that,
or like full
break-
cut off. No, you got to give me an example.
Just like beeping your horn at someone because
Really?
Because they're like because they won't set off at the lights like in a second, and then everything just goes mental.
Yeah,
it's like everybody's on like right on the edge, and all it takes is one little fart.
Were they nice? Did you see any not road rage, but any inklings of?
Everyone was super nice. Like everyone looked really miserable, and you walk around and everyone's just like really like stern, dark, grim faces. But as soon as you get talking to them, everyone was like crazy nice.
Wow. You ever see Blades of Glory? Have you ever been to Romania? It's cold. Everyone looked angry. It smelled like soup.
Yep, same.
Have you seen the movie Hostel?
Yes.
Bales doesn't like the movie Hostel. It's too violent for him. What did you think of it?
For me, it goes past the point of like disturbing. You know, it's into like ham because it's just too much.
That's exactly what Bales said.
Like I find subtlety more disturbing. Where you don't know what's going on, it like creeps you out.
Yeah.
Whereas this just went so far that you're like, well, you're just desensitized to everything, aren't you? It's like nothing's. The only thing that got me is when he does like the Achilles tendon thing on the back of his leg. I'm
man.
like, oh no, that got
But he got some revenge. That was good.
Yeah.
Revenge is a good part of that. So these guys were talking about. And by the way, I remember because I was editing the podcast today. But Rory mentioned the movie VHS. And I am going to watch that one. Have you seen VHS?
I've not, no. I've got a strange relationship with horror. Like, there's so much of it now. Like, all horror just seems to be kind of the same. Yeah, I was really into like the sort of Japanese stuff, you know, Ring and The Eye and stuff when they first came out, like 2000.
Yeah,
I thought that was something different. But since then they just seem to be making the same horror film every like 6 months.
I guess I like the whole theme of people being put in situations that they have to figure out how the heck, you know,
like you saw kind of scenario.
Yeah, you like the Saw franchise?
Yeah, but it is bordering on I can almost just barely take it because it is a little bit too gruesome. To be frank.
Have you watched any of that Black Summer?
Oh yeah,
dude.
Is it good?
Oh, holy balls. Yeah.
I don't know what this is.
Holy balls. I enjoy it. I didn't watch Walking Dead very much. I watched like the first couple of seasons. But Black Summer, I kind of like it because they just drop you in the middle of the situation along with the character and you're just there for the ride.
What is it? Yeah. Synopsis. Hit me.
Zombie apocalypse.
Oh.
No, you gotta give them a little bit more twists and turns than that.
What network
zombies, slow zombies, what kind of zombies?
What are we talking about? Hulu, Amazon?
These zombies are
fast.
They're fast. They're smart, but they're also hunters.
Ooh.
So like 30 days later, fast?
Yeah.
Wow, 30 days later. 28 days later.
A little bit.
28 days. Oh, I overshot it by 2. Sorry.
Well, I was thinking 30 Days of Night. It's like the 30 Days of Night vampires, but if those were zombies.
Holy smokes, dude. Dude, that's a great movie.
It's a Netflix thing?
Yeah, yes. Black Summer.
Oh, crap. I'm
and there's this one
tonight.
There's one episode you're with this guy and you're with him when he wakes up and the apocalypse is happening. He makes every wrong choice for the next 20 minutes.
That'd be me.
And his story just gets more complicated and more. It's like, if you would have just stayed on the damn building, you would have been fine. Well, during this whole thing, this one zombie is hunting him. And you think like they get
a smart zombie?
What's that?
A smart zombie like I Am Legend with Will Smith?
No.
Oh.
No. Not smart.
No. But that's what I always want. I always want in zombie things for like the zombie to just pick up a gun.
Yeah.
And just like go,
be like a Fido.
And then and it's just like it's a fair fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one episode in that series of what was it? Black Summer?
Yeah.
There's one there's that one episode where I don't want to spoil it, but basically the guy is running through an empty town, going into shops and whatnot. Tell me if you remember this one, Rory. And he ends up on top of a bus.
Yeah, that's the one where he like makes every wrong choice the whole way.
It's the best episode. I would say it deserves all frickin' credit because that one episode it shines, man. You got to see this. You're gonna like it.
Good story.
Heck yeah, dude. So how about? So I'm gonna ask you this question, dude, because we don't touch on this. We didn't touch on this on a Mad Maker show because it's not about that. But we do tend to more Bales than the rest of us go into conspiracy theories.
Here we go.
Man, we were doing so good.
Okay, everybody, get out your tinfoil hats and safety pencils.
Damn it!
See, there's a problem with America. Al,
Just one.
This is it. This is the only problem. Eloy's figured it out. We just got this one.
If we can solve this, it's going to be great.
Once we get this done, we don't have to wear those MAGA hats anymore because it's done. Mission accomplished. One problem. Cross it off the list.
Finally.
Okay, you can help us because you're outside, so you have a better perspective.
So if an American doesn't like what he's hearing and it contradicts reality stable under his feet, they will use any and all efforts to the point of death to avoid that thing. And conspiracy theories are one of those such sort of like genres. We try to tackle it here, and they make fun and make light, but I know that they have suspicions on some of these topics, and they actually reveal it when we're talking. So I'm going to just ask one, and that is the moon.
I knew it was going to be the moon.
Did Al, I'm going to ask you straight up, Al.
Yeah.
And this is a yes or no. Have you ever seen, like in Congress or like in political, it's a yes or no in court. This is a yes or no. Did we or did we not, meaning America, go and land and plant our dogs on the moon?
No.
Oh, gentlemen. Now, why?
Because I just think the climate at the time, it would have been so easy for them to just fake it and say that they won and just go, that's it. Why are we not there? Why is there not like colonization on the moon? Why are we not mining it? Why are we not?
Al, the frickin' that hovercraft thing with tin foil. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Al.
I remember the first time I saw the video, right, of the moon landing. I was a kid, and I was like, what is this? Like, this isn't supposed to be real, right? This isn't supposed to be serious, right? It just looked like the most, like, fake, childish thing I'd ever seen. And this was before I knew there was anything like before I was even aware there was such a thing as a conspiracy theory. I was like, what is this, like a movie or a TV? Is this like Thunderball? What's going on?
and so let me so you know what's happened here, Al. And by the way, my mind is open enough to so look, there's a couple of things. One, you are speaking to us from another nation. Right? This is an international incident that we're having right now because millions of Americans are right. Once this comes out, millions of our listeners, they're going to get up and stomp around like nobody's business.
I believe this is our first, right? Your second, Eloy, but our first.
What do you mean?
International incident.
We've had another international incident?
Back in the day, Scratched 1.0, you guys had the junkie on.
Oh, you're right.
Canadian.
You're right. Well, no, but the topic here, because I was going to say Rory. So Al, you have just said, and to me, it doesn't sound unreasonable to us to think, well, boy, there's, I have little questions here and there, but a lot of people will say, oh, that's sacrilegious and this and that. But doesn't that thing that flew and landed, doesn't it have like a tin foil around it And like, wouldn't you think like one poke, like if an astronaut were to like topple over and his little pinky, wouldn't it shatter through the? Doesn't it look like a freaking garbage can wrapped in cellophane?
It does, but it's because it's lightweight material and needs to be reflective, and you're in space. Like, it's fine. I'm down with that. I've not got a problem with the tinfoil stuff.
Okay. So beyond that, have you even searched those conspiracy videos on YouTube?
I don't want to, because then you're kind of leading the witness. Like, my opinion is my opinion because of my view of it. The second you start joining in with other conspiracies, that's when they just snowball. Like, I've heard you talk about it, Eloy, and I think you've got a really interesting take on when people come up with these conspiracies and why people are attracted to them.
Yeah,
but it wasn't that for me. It was just like, well, why wouldn't they fake it? Like they were trying to beat Russia. It was like, like I'm an engineer. I'm a physicist. I studied engineering at university. Like, I love astronomy. I absolutely love what's going on now in space. I think it's amazing. With the black hole last week, and
what?
The photograph of the black hole last week.
Oh,
Sauron,
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Now I got it. Now we're on par here.
And the stuff that like Elon Musk's doing, I'm all over it. But just in the 60s, like I don't know. I don't have faith in that being a real thing.
There's a few questions that are brought up considering that whole journey to the moon, and one of them is the Van Allen belts. And there are these radioactive belts around, and it's not an actual belt, but like it's just, imagine a wave of constant solar frickin' like just really laying it down on, and the travel through. Imagine putting your hand in a microwave and a hot dog cooked in the microwave. Now imagine people traveling through that for X amount of time. There's people that bring up these questions.
We're traveling in hot dogs?
Yeah, I was going to say we're traveling through a hot dog in a microwave.
We shouldn't have built it out of hot dogs, guys. It was a bad idea.
Whose idea was it to build this shitty hot dog spaceship?
They were on sale, guys. Damn.
The Wienermobile.
Wiener Force One.
Okay, if you
got enough wiener here to last till we get to Mars, all right?
It's just to what Al was saying. You're saying in the 1960s, and so and looking at like the structure of things and this and that. If you were to take somebody born today and not give them any information and accept what they see around them right now, and then you put them in front of one of those contraptions, and they would think it's a total joke now, wouldn't they?
Yeah, but that's my point. That's because that was my opinion when I was a kid and I saw it. And I saw everything around it. I was like, "What? That can't have been how we got to the moon. This is BS."
In a kite.
Yeah. I think if it was a private, independent organization that did it and funded it and got to the moon, I probably wouldn't have a problem believing it. But the fact that it was a government that was, during the Cold War trying to beat their big enemy, and they were also trying to get to the moon. I think the Russians got there first, didn't they? Didn't they crash a vessel into the moon?
No,
so they actually physically got an object to the moon. It just wasn't. It wasn't a man.
I'll look it up.
We're not gonna accept any of that. For all our listeners here, it's sacrilege. It's sacrilegious, and we're not.
We will do the American thing and edit out everything we do.
Yeah. We don't want to hear that.
Pay no attention to the mean man with the bad accent. we will.
Rory's fact checking.
Hashtag America.
The America.
The hashtag the America.
Well, you know what?
Well, actually, no. The first human-made object to reach the surface of the moon was the Soviet Union's Luna 2 mission on the 13th September 1959.
Show some photographic evidence, or did
Well,
No, if we're gonna get into that, I mean, look, I do have a bit of like that. The patriotism does come into play, and we're not gonna allow them to frickin' throw something into the moon before we. Is that what happened?
They just threw it.
Yeah.
My biggest problem with all of that is the space camera.
Oh, mine too. Doc.
Like, where did you get a space camera from? You just busted out. Oh yeah, by the way, we never saw what it looked like. You think if they had a space camera, we would have gotten to see the space camera?
What? They had to show you the space camera.
No, you don't see. You don't ever see the space camera.
Well, because it's taking the pictures.
And what kind of radioactive proof film was this on?
Really strong radioactive proof film.
It doesn't just expose itself the second it's
right. You just, I'll tell you what though, I've read and listened to and watched, and I've come to the conclusion that I have no clue.
I agree with you, Doc.
Depending on if I wake up feeling one way or feeling another, I can convince myself of either one. I do think that we might have made a run at it or an attempt, and I think that a lot of our proof is faked. I'm not saying that we didn't get there, but like I said,
what if
space
Anunnaki saw it was between the U.S. and Russia, and they're like, no way, Russia can't win. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be, everyone's going to be drinking vodka. It's going to be an awful mess.
Moon vodka.
Moon vodka. So they said, okay, we got to get some Americans. Then we're going to fake it to break the Russian spirit and change the course of human history.
Yeah, that doesn't sound realistic. What sounds more realistic is that space aliens from the constellation Uranus 9 came down here and did all the legwork for us and got us to the moon. But all that aside, just all that aside, the fact that people question it is an interesting and entertaining thing. I think that they faked a lot of the footage just in case they couldn't record when they traveled to the moon. That's kind of where I'm at, because I can't. I talk to Mark Lindsay about this all the time, and he's totally not. He's like, "No way, dude, stop that silliness." And so, it's too complicated of a thing to put together and not have people say, hey, this stuff is going on is fake. Although there are people that make arguments against that. So it's a never ending. You just have a big question mark if you're on the conspiracy side of things, but you say no for sure. Honestly, it's okay. No. Okay.
How do I know? I wasn't there.
Well, that's the thing. You weren't there. Yeah.
I have a more binary question. Equally as important.
Great. You're going to bring bi stuff into this? Go ahead.
Do you or do you not
Or scissoring.
like spam?
I love spam.
Damn it.
Fry it up.
I thought for sure you were I do not like spam.
I don't like spam. No, love it. It's too dirty to not love.
Oh, the dirty meat.
It's just like salt.
It's the Rory of fake meats.
It is.
I don't know if that's good or not.
I don't know if it's faked meats. It's just
it's nothing fake about it.
Yeah,
it's just compressed.
Yeah, exactly.
It's convinced Rory.
What? It's compressed.
It's just all the scraps.
Oh,
pressed into a chunk.
Well, yeah, no, I meant fake, like fake. Yeah, fake in presentation.
It's pork buttholes and frickin' all sorts of stuff.
Well, I mean, I'll eat scrapple, so I don't think anything about
Eloy likes his pork buttholes organic.
Organic and whole and boiled. Which I thought it was a weird preparation, but he likes it boiled, a little bit of salt and pepper. That's it.
I'm not feeling good. Like, do you leave like the pigtails like attached to the butthole and you have
that's the handle?
That's how you can get them out of the water.
You know what's funny about all this is, and I hate to say it because I don't want to crush your guys' spirit, but if we were in some sort of zombie apocalypse, you guys be munching on buttholes. You guys would be munching on buttholes in one little corner of this devastated world, and I'd be like with my flashlight.
I'd be coming up with new ways to enjoy the buttholes. I'd be like, "Oh, guys, here we go, buffalo style. Look at this. I found some blue cheese, got some hot sauce. We're good, buffalo wing style."
I'm trying to picture it though. Is it like a cone?
They're still connected.
Like, are we thinking of like the 3-dimensional object?
We're thinking...
Or is it just the ring? Is it like a donut?
No,
it's just an onion ring.
Yeah,
The ring.
yes, it's just a land calamari.
No, I'm talking about you bust open the store.
Calamari Terra.
See, you guys are going on the innocent. I'm just saying, if you guys were stuck in a store, no food, in a zombie apocalypse, what do you eat?
Eloy's butthole.
Those guys who crashed in the mountains and alive, they went straight to the ass, right?
Oh, they did.
It's true.
But if they would have kept
slivers of it,
yeah.
If they would have gone down into the valley,
no man's land,
dude.
Oh, Bales. If you know what, if our audience would only hear Bales when we're not recording, you would not even believe you wouldn't believe your ears.
When do you ever talk to Bales when we're not recording?
All the time. We actually have set up a secondary private message board.
Where I never go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to hang out with me either.
It's the Motley Crue
Motley Crue
private group. Yeah.
No 90s kids allowed.
So how about sort of like, I hear that like it's tea is a big thing over there, but how about coffee? Coffee, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Yeah. Well, we like.
I do have like 50 cups of tea a day though. Like at work, it's just tea, like constantly. Everyone makes each other cups of tea all day.
Every now and then, Bales has stomach upset, and Doc as well, and they try some anise.
I knew it. I just knew it. I wish man, if I had a mute button that I could just be like, as soon as he said tea, I was like, here we go.
Just a little tea bag and anise.
Anise seed. Yep.
Yeah. So is that accessible in your neck of the woods?
I think during the zombie apocalypse, I think we'll all be
drinking some anise.
dipping some anise.
Oh, you're all shocked now. I'm looking at Bales. Come on. You've heard the story.
And no jive, though. It is really good for your stomach.
It really is, actually.
Yeah.
A little bit of anise.
Aromatic bitters or Sambuca, which is, anisette is the other liqueur you can have. That's supposed to, everything.
What's the French one? The Pernod.
Yeah, right.
What's the French one?
Pernod.
Pernod.
Like, yeah, you have it with a little bit of water, and it kind of goes cloudy.
Oh,
and you have it like it's a digestive. It's really good.
Yeah. If you've ever had like aromatic bitters that they put in a drink, people do that too.
Aromatic bitters.
Yeah, which are really, really strong.
It's like a tiny little ball, like Tabasco, right? Like
yeah, and it's like super concentrated. But they say that that's real good for you too if you got the bad guts.
Bubble guts.
If you got the bubble guts, blub, 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 blub. The LBP, the lower belly pains.
So I don't know if you know this, Al, but Bales. Oh, go ahead.
It's just turned into like some weird digestion talk episode. So discussing our bowels.
I don't know if you know this about Bales. Talking about bowels. No, but Bales is going to be going off on an adventure. I don't know if you know about his
Egypt.
Yeah. Have you been?
I've not been to Egypt. No, I have no desire to go to Egypt.
Why?
I just have visions of just being harassed in a market of people trying to sell me rugs and me not wanting to buy the rugs, and it just being like really stressful and hot and stinky, and I just want to be left alone. I'm on holiday.
I said no rugs. No rugs.
I could see you coming back out with like a monkey friend. Oh no!
Oh yeah, I'll be done with that.
And now I'm friends with this monkey. He lives in the heck shack.
I got in Egypt. Yeah.
If you can guarantee me a monkey, I'm
It's
down.
Sal. We'll call him Sal the monkey. It's Sal and Al hanging
Sal's
in the hack shack.
Frickin' rugs.
Well, what's cool,
That will be the episode's name. No rugs. No rugs.
what's cool about the whole adventure to Egypt is that, well, it's a brand new exploration, and I can totally see it. But the people there, I think that Bales, if he doesn't have a disguise of some sort, I mean, the guy's also gonna be taking a fanny pack. He's been talking about that
satchel. It's a satchel, damn it.
Dun, 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 dun.
Come your heart, Indy, come your heart.
Dun, dun, dun.
No time for love.
No time for love, Dr. Jones.
Yeah, I told him he should stay in America, maybe travel to Disney World or something.
Go ride the teacups.
Ooh.
I even suggested go to England. You know, he wouldn't have it. You know, he wants as exotic as he can get. So he's off to that place. And
He's
they
an
kill him.
animal.
What's that?
Bales is an animal.
I need a new carpet.
He needs a new carpet.
It's just I'm going to the rug market.
I'm going to the source, damn it.
Well, in any event, I think it's awesome that he does. He just has to be careful. He can't even take pictures over there because they don't allow photographs. Unless
They
you
got
pay.
sacred carpets.
It's horrible. But I'm
If
sure
you
you'll
saw
pay.
their carpets, you would understand.
It's the carpet district.
Red carpet
Yeah.
district.
You just wait till I come back with my little pet monkey, Eloy.
Oh, you're going to name him Eloy?
Yep.
And make him do things?
Yeah. He'll do things all right.
That's
oh
horrible.
man,
That poor monkey.
Little
I don't
pop,
even know where to go with that.
Pop belly monkey, little anise lover.
All right,
Hey, what do you do for a butthole?
Bad butthole.
so not to switch gears, but I'm going to switch gears for a second. My my mother.
What? Your son's mother?
My sons and my mother. I don't know who won the contest. They won a contest together. My mom entered a picture of the kids into one of those contests at like the local candy store or whatever, and they won. And they won this 8-pound chocolate bunny for Easter. It stands like 2.5 feet tall. It's the biggest chocolate bunny. It's the biggest chocolate bunny I've ever seen in my life.
Is it hollow?
It's partially hollow, like in the body, but like the head is solid, dude. I picked it up and it is top heavy.
What's this picture? Is there like fire involved with rings and glitter?
Nope. It was just I forget what it was like. Just a picture about Easter, whatever, or I don't even know. It was a picture of my boy standing in front of the candy store.
Was one of them dead in a cave? I mean, we need specifics here.
Like a photograph or like an illustration.
Yeah, no, the photograph was
All right.
was of the boys, like looking in the window of the candy store, like and it was just the classic two kids.
Yeah.
Oh, look, it kind of had that Norman Rockwell to it, and just the right shot at the right time. My mom's usually things are out of frame and half the kid's face is out, but I don't know, or maybe she cropped it, but it was pretty good. And they won an 8-pound chocolate bunny.
Not bad. Not bad, kid.
Yeah, I'm taking it. I'm taking it to the Easter egg hunts this Saturday, like the Stanley Cup, just to show everybody that we're the winner. That's right, kids. Read it and weep. Yeah, exactly. Only I may hold it over my head. 8 pounds of chocolate bunny.
Well, that's freaking awesome, dude. Can we get back to the anise now?
No more anise.
Growing up, we had the little packets and stuff, and if our tummies were ever aching, they would boil some anise.
You got me. Damn it. I was like, oh, wow. Eloy's telling her, oh, he went there.
So another thing about like these weird places around the world that aren't America is that
So everywhere.
Everywhere. That's not America.
Everywhere's weird.
everywhere's weird, but there's places out there that have ancient technologies, and we have touched on this as well. There's many places in India, and Bales has seen some of these videos, and I came across them as well, parallel to Bales watching them, and he'll go to places and in these huge, I guess, what are they, like palaces or
Temples.
They'll go in and the guy will find, I guess, like, let's say as an example, statues or carvings or sculptures that you would think should be carved out, but they're hollow inside, just things that don't make sense at all, that one would imagine people back then doing.
Yeah, those people had to be casting stone. That's the only thing I can come up with for those hollow forms. They had to have some method of like hollow casting, like in sand or something. They had to have figured out a way to cast stone.
They had a 3D stone printer,
There you go, Dirt.
water powered.
You know what the worst part is? That could be completely true, and there would be no remnants of that. Could you imagine if there was like this archaeological dig and they found
A computer?
the 3D printer?
They found the CAD files for the pyramids.
Yeah, it was a huge 3D printer, and they just printed it right on them. We got that printer, limestone printer. Here we go. Beep.
Oh, the Sphinx. Yeah, that was the logo on the printer.
The Sphinx was actually the logo for the people that made the printer.
Watermark.
No. In exchange for doing the pyramids, they had to build their own thing so far as advertisement so they could put it in the shop.
It's like sponsored by.
It's sponsored by the Sphinx Company, 3D printer Sphinx Company.
But when you look at the pyramid, it's got like the lines, doesn't it? Like the resolution of a printer.
Yeah,
the ridges, the steps.
It could be, man. We don't know.
It was a floating one that was attached to a flying saucer. Someone draw me a picture of that. A flying saucer 3D printing the pyramids. Put that shit on a t-shirt.
So origins of humanity. Did we come from aliens? Did we come from evolution monkeys? Or were we created by a creator?
I like to think that we evolved from lesser beings, but that original life form did come from outer space. So like a meteor came with some bacteria on billions of years ago.
I thought aliens were
like
humping monkeys.
Or aliens humped monkeys.
Yeah, a big iguana humped a monkey. That's why we look like chimps with reptilian brains.
I do not think we are of the fauna. I think
we're an anomaly.
I think we are of the flora.
Nice.
I think we came from fungus.
No,
You want the mushroom guys?
I kind of am.
I heard that Rogan episode. That guy he had me. That was pretty good.
The stoned ape theory?
No, just that you've evolved from a mushroom, basically from fungus.
Have you seen that crazy fungus that like takes over ants and like makes the ants do things?
Mm-hmm.
no.
That's crazy. So like there's a fungus that infects an ant, and it grows through the ant and like takes over its brain and makes the ant go to like a certain part on a tree, and the ant will like bite onto the certain part of the tree with its like pincers.
Yeah.
And then this fungus grows inside the ant and explodes and spreads the fungus back over like the forest.
What?
It's absolutely mental. And the only thing you can explain is it's aliens.
What?
But it's a real thing and it looks creepy.
That sounds creepy.
Can you is that on YouTube?
Yeah.
So
You've got to check it out, dude. It's absolutely insane.
What would I type?
Spell it slowly.
It's like aliens. It's like the movie Alien.
It is.
So alien, fungi, ants.
Corny Weaver.
And the things that like just type ant fungus into Google and it'll come up. But like even the things that grow out looks like aliens. It's so trippy.
I've got it loaded up here too. Oh, there's a Netflix.
There you go.
Yeah.
On Netflix too. So I'll just say this, Al. It's just on the record. I believe that we were created by a creator.
Right.
Mind you, that does not mean that I obviously have any proof. Can verify? It's just that's where now I understand the evolution scenario, the alien Anunnaki scenario. But I will say this. We are all, I think it's a super amazing thing that we're communicating with each other. If we started from nothing, what use is it of us to even say, communicate with each other or all this? All we need to do is eat, reproduce, and have shelter. But we have all these extraordinary things, elevation of consciousness, interaction, poetry, construction, and so on and so forth, music. And I think that it's all too fantastical. And I do believe that I think we're all interconnected, all of us. And even though, I think that we're all interconnected. Imagine the creator sing through all of us. Like you right now, where you're at, and all of us, and we're having a dialogue. He's allowing a dialogue to occur. I kind of believe that. I can't back it up, but I kind of feel like that's where it is. I don't like the monkey.
If he was talking through all of us, wouldn't he be talking to himself?
That's
Okay, are you guys not watching this?
I know it's freaky.
Holy! Wow! This is way too heavy to lay on me right now, man.
But like
You
the
can't
story
just-
of what it actually does is the craziest part. Like it looks creepy, but what the fungus actually makes it do, it's like controls it, like a radio control. It's so crazy.
That's awesome, dude.
It takes over and becomes a kamikaze.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'd rather get killed by a lion.
I would rather fight the lion with a knife.
Yeah, than get. Holy crap!
Yow!
What is that one that Natalie Portman was just in?
Yeah, I think they took a lot of like inspiration from this.
Oh man,
Black Swan.
Annihilation.
Damn.
That was good then.
And that's a pretty cool video too.
that's a great video. Yeah.
So, anyways, this is actually not a video cast. It's a podcast.
You bite your tongue right now. I'm watching some weirdness.
I'll just say this.
Oh, it's on Bretflix.
I'll just say this, that's my belief, and but again, what do I know? But still, that's where I stand. And the monkey thing, not so sure about the monkey thing.
Why does everyone get hung up on the monkeys though? Like there was stuff before the monkeys and there was stuff after the monkeys, but everyone just like refers to us evolving from monkeys.
Okay, so
like it was a whole string of things that we were before we were.
So it's a generalized thing, but okay, so like we all know
we were never monkeys.
we all know. Well, wait a second. So in that theory, there was an evolution, and so look, what we know now is that Homo sapiens started in Africa. That's like a given. And a branch of them started to migrate through the Middle East, up, and then around into Europe. We know this, that this is the mainline thing. And then somewhere in the Caucasus area, Caucasus Bales, somewhere in the Caucasus area, they found Neanderthals, and some of the Neanderthals mixed with them, and then you get European differences from, and you get, so there's this whole thing that we know of, but they were still quite within the realm of human, we don't know how advanced or how little. We do know that there's stuff all over the planet that looks pretty heavy duty, serious, advanced, and they date things, and sometimes dates go further into the past than should be acceptable for mainline science. So there's a lot going on, there for us to just disqualify the fact that we didn't come from, a derivative of monkey. I mean, there's arguments out there. I don't know if it's right to say or to argue it. I don't like the idea that we came from an amoeba or some sort of like, puddle.
Maybe it was like one big video game, and they put like different clans down to see who would win.
Oh yeah.
So whoever this creator was, he was like, right, I've got 4 options. I'm not sure which one's going to be the best one, so we'll put them out and see who wins.
I vote Team Wolf.
Wait a second. Yeah. So how amazing is it that we actually left to, like, let's say we're left to our own devices, and this is all just, it's evolving as we go. Mm-hmm. How amazing is it that we, with the amount of people that exist on this planet at the moment, different cultures and regions and whatnot, have kind of figured out this has all sporadically occurred, to create different countries and interact. And for the most part, people get on with their lives without, in a fairly, upscale life. Food is available, this and that. It's an amazing, the probabilities to me of this being just, from nothing is not reasonable to me. But then again, I'm not making a statement of fact. I'm just saying that in my mind, and nobody knows, right? It could be a creator. It could be the alien thing, right? It could be any of that.
Apart from all the millions of years of archaeological fact that's lying in front of us. Evidence and data.
Well, wait a second. So what about that, though? Think about that. Have you seen the contradictions and situations that go on with the scientific archaeological finds as far as dates? There's a main line, but that main line is funded, and they stick to the textbooks that they sell. There's a whole industry involved in that. So people, you don't think that's... Dude, there's conspiracy to sell books and sell... if you have a challenger, this occurred... This pyramid, actually was built at this date, not the mainline date, and that's going to contradict with human evolution and this and that. They're not going to allow the sort of alternate people coming up.
Who's they? Who's they that's not allowing it, Eli?
So there's a main. So there's the main. There's a main. So all our textbooks here in the country, we do have.
Is there just one brand of textbook? Is it like the textbook
who's
organization?
They?
No, but there's
in the United. What did you call it?
The America.
America. We have
America.
The book.
The book. They wrote.
That they wrote.
Yeah.
Who's they?
I was trying to explain. You're acting like I'm like not giving information. So look,
you're not. You're just kind of spirited. You're just kind of. It's like diarrhea of the mouth. It's like the.
All right. So what is it? What is it that you want to know?
Who's they?
Okay, so I'm going to tell you. Are you ready? Okay, thank you. Doc puts his thumbs up. So look, when you put your kids in school, those schools are run by the government, and they get funded by the government. And you have the government funding scientists, and you have the government funding studies, and you have a whole industry, just like you'd have an industry to go and, I don't know, frickin' TV sets or frickin' cell phones or whatever. It's an industry. It's all a frickin' scam from A to B. Not the study of what they're learning, but the process is a financial one directed at grabbing money from A and bringing it to B. And it's all like connected as far as government. So teachers are quite in line with curriculums. These curriculums are passed because of what do you call the parent association? What do you call those?
Phil Collins.
Genesis.
No, whatever. So you get the gist of what I'm saying.
Yep.
There's a truth patrol that this is the main line. You can't have alternate things come in.
I'm with you.
And that's actually what I'm talking about. I'm not saying it's 100% that's it, but I'm saying that that's a problem. That's a problem because it's like the emperor. It's like
we're taxable livestock. Livestock.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. What do you guys think about that?
What did that have to do with what we were talking about before?
What's that got to do with mushroom alien ants?
Yeah. Huh?
You're right, Eli. You're right. There is a system, but
for sure.
The beauty of science, right? The whole fundamental principle of science and scientists is that they're constantly trying to prove what they know is wrong, and that's what differs them from the conspiracy theorists. So someone comes up with a conspiracy, they spend the entire time trying to prove it's right. Science, by its very nature, is about trying to prove theories wrong. That's how theories become reality and become fact, is because hundreds of thousands of people around the planet spend time trying to prove them wrong. And that's what science is. So I'm with you with the whole textbook and government and funding thing. And I totally agree, because I was taught things at school which, when I look back now, weren't true. They just didn't change the curriculum. So I was taught things about like physics and maths, which at the time were actually not right, not correct. But it's just that's what was in the textbooks, and it would have cost them too much money to change it and to change the whole curriculum and to re-educate all the teachers. So they just kind of ran with it and just assumed that no one would care. But I got to like 18 and like relearned it all and went, well, why were you lying to kids?
Well, there's also the fact that there's an industry, within that, and I know that you're acknowledging that there's some reasoning behind what I'm trying to explain. And I'm also saying that goes into the archaeology world, investigations and everything. You see it everywhere. What I'm trying to say is that what you might think, and now I'm going in general here just to make the point broadly, what one might think is standard. This is what the people in the know. I've got things figured out. Well, of course, why would it be anything other? That idea and that concept, it's all been handed down to us, and there's always room for questioning stuff, in my opinion. Not going crazy in the streets. Aliens, are going to come down from the planet, Anunnaki. No, but the ability to question is highly important, and frankly, so that's basically the point. And it's all money driven and power driven, and click driven. You can see it with music. You can see it with the conspiracy. You can see it with science. Yes, you can. Even with science, you can see it for sure. Politics, religion, everything. And I'm just saying.
So what's the alternative then?
The alternative, the system's already created, so we're in it. So we're
but if there's is there a problem?
Well, the natural thing to occur. So you're always going to have people that will become a clique in control of a certain thing. It could be politics, it could be whatever, and they don't let other. Dude, we could even talk about like with videos and communities and such.
Yeah, it goes back to the gatekeeping.
It's a gatekeeping phenomenon that humans, because you want to protect what you have gathered, and then other people come and say, well, wait a second, how about this? And they're like,
well,
ridicule this.
If I might throw my 2 cents in here on this topic, I think that we're a product of a lot of these scientists and scientific type, even these thoughts, they come from a while ago or long ago, and even the way we dealt with science and things, where it's like studies and it took a while, and we've gained this information and now we know this and we go forward. But I think that now we're catching on to the fact that like things change so fast and the information's coming at us so fast that I think we're finally like starting to figure that out, and we're learning that we have to adjust on the run.
You sound like a nervous wreck.
No, but he's right. Like quantum physics, that is exactly what it's gotten to. Like they've got to the stage where they don't know what's going on. Everybody knew what happened down to the atomic level, but the second you go any smaller, it all just falls apart. All the rules that we've had for 500 years it doesn't make any sense anymore.
I'm saying
so
we're
Doc's
alive.
Right. It's like nobody knows what's going on at that level.
I say we're alive, we're breathing, we have consciousness, and we are created from a creator.
And Mexico attacked us.
And we're experiencing this life, and it's part of a journey.
And North Korea shows up.
Yeah, well, guess what, Rory? Guess what? You're sitting over there in Colorado, in this place. It's a room with four walls.
I'm sure Kim wants his dynasty here.
You have things that are electronic. You're wearing a cap. There's a whole humanity, a city, a universe. It's sprawling and everywhere.
Because of our government.
And no, not because of our government. I'm just saying that it's fantastical. It's amazing. A human being is an amazing thing. And I just say, there's something other. There's something. Now, I can't prove it, but I'm just saying that I believe we're all connected. I'm just saying.
I've got a question then for you, Eloy, to end that. If there was a start point and someone created us, like, are we going to destroy it? Are we going to be the end of ourselves?
Well, I don't know. I don't think that we can. That whole idea. Are you talking about the Earth destroying the Earth because of our savagery?
Whatever, through savagery, through climate, through war, through whatever, through just turning ourselves into mindless zombies. Are we going to be our own downfall?
I think that there's some truth to be said that humans have risen, society and civilization has crashed and began again. We've seen that slightly in the medieval times when Rome collapsed and everything went to crap. It's not as extreme, but we see things like what would you'd think of as civilization structures sunken in the water, in the oceans. You see sort of like remnants of things throughout the world. I think that humanity has collapsed and come back. I don't know what will happen, but I think there's evidence out there that they don't talk about, by the way. There's shit in Japan, in the water, megalithic frickin' structures that are in the water, underwater, that people don't acknowledge. And you're seeing huge blocks, and the scientific community's like, they don't want to touch it. And there's examples of that all over the place. They've found hammers in bedrock, hammers with the wood encrusted in. They've found a lot. No, they haven't, Rory?
There's no explanation for. They don't know why that's there.
Exactly.
What do you mean?
Exactly. When they said, "Hey, we found this hammer," the guy said, "What do you mean?"
Well, yeah, I want to know what you think of that.
They wrapped it up saying that it was inconclusive. They don't have an explanation for it because it doesn't line up with anything.
Well, that's not good enough, dude.
That's what we got, Eloy.
What if it was a power hammer in between the rock?
Then we'd be in serious trouble. That's like obvious evidence of some strange shit.
Made out of a tire. Still spots open. Sign up now.
Whatever, guys, if you're going to, I'm just saying that there's things that are, I mean, that's why Bales is going to frickin' Morocco or
why do you say whatever, guys? Like we're here dismissing it. Like we're having a conversation. Some points have been agreed with, some about, and like the end point is you're just like, well, whatever. Be like that if you're gonna not listen to me. What do you mean?
You block my explanation of things for humility.
You block your own explanations. Of
Thank you, Al.
For
the good right man from England has the floor.
Well, see, no. Now, Al, I'll become. Look, I'm gonna.
He's been here for an hour and a half, and he already knows the story.
Got you figured out.
I'll say,
and he already told you guys that I'm going over there because I need a new rug.
I'll say it straight out. Al has heard what I was talking about as far as creation point. Al also explained that he believes that we came from some sort of like initial fungi creation.
I'm the fungi.
Yeah, and the sort of,
I'm sorry, Doc is the fun guy.
So the sort of like,
I like that.
The sort of like created from a creator theme. There's a lot of pushback. And
did you get that, Eloy?
What?
Did you get it?
Because he's fun.
And he's a guy.
Yeah, I was going to use that joke, but he took it from me right away.
Oh. You didn't say anything.
The animosity.
The Anunnaki.
No, the animosity towards
Phil Collins?
Not religious, but towards the spiritual.
Alexander Hitchens
is such that the normal thing is to look down on it as if not informed and not educated. But that's also a paradigm because there's no answer. Nobody has the answer. Oh, we came from amoeba, or the space. Nobody has the frickin' answer.
But isn't that what makes it interesting and fun and exciting? If we knew everything, it would be boring.
Right, but people nowadays discount the creator. A lot of people do. They're like, oh, no, that's so uninformed. Look, here's a monkey,
Oh, he's going to bring the monkeys into it. They've not done anything.
This is like remember Mike Myers when he did Sprockets? Now it's time to look at the monkey.
I made my point to the audience, if not to you guys, because you're just being belligerent and whatever. Somebody out there in the audience, out of our 500,000 listeners, will pick up on that.
Are those metric listeners? What unit of listener are you using? That's a different metric than you need to change. You need to change the metric that you're using on the statistic.
The pharaonic cubit.
I think we're gonna end it there, guys.
Yeah.
Scratch.